off as really good friends. We used to work together at an advertising agency, and I think we just gravitated towards one another. We had interviews the same day, we did the same type of spec, and I just didn't realize that she was in this field and she didn't know that I was in that field. So it's always about helping her and making sure that her career actually takes off, you know. So it was always just about that. And then I opened my company and she was like, oh, well, you might as well just do this the proper way. So yeah, it was weird. It's been amazing, you know. I think when you're honest to one another and you look for ways of letting the other one grow naturally, you know, it's been so amazing because she just wants to win and I want to win and we want each other to win. So it hasn't been, I wouldn't say it's a working relationship, it's been a good sisterhood. And basically you'd never just want to see your sister get anything less than she deserves. So it's been like just propelling each other. She speaks her mind no matter what. I really admire the fact that she is not scared of going for what she wants. She's not scared of reaching for things that we always felt like were impossible, you know. I think the impossible has happened right now and we're going for more. So I really admire her fighting spirit, her drive, and just her bravery. I'd like to see her achieve everything that her heart desires, because I know Nadia, she's never satisfied, you know. It's always step by step, and once she's achieved one thing, it's not enough. It needs to be the next. So all I want to see is her achieving everything that her heart desires and more.
Making money never been an issue. Magazine covers with an issue. I'm shitting all them need a tissue. It's painful, nigga issue. Naa Mean, we on magazine.
Sexy, vibrant, energetic, unapologetic, and black. Another rapper in Kenya named Zizi came to my school and she was like, you talk very fast, pretty much. And she's like, why don't you try rapping? And then I was like, okay. So I went home and I just started recording myself. I was in high school, so I don't know, I was probably like 16, 15, something like that. And then I just went home and then I started recording myself in like GarageBand, which is like this application on Mac that you can like make fake beats, well not fake beats, they beats, but I mean they shit, but I mean like make beats or whatever and just record on them. And then I did that and I'd burn CDs and I'd go to school and I'd get into people at school and I'd perform at like the talent shows and stuff like that. And then when I moved back and I was studying at Monash, I used to record at like people's races and stuff like that, and then send my songs to radio DJs. And like the one DJ that gave me the biggest break, well the two artists that actually gave me the biggest break was DJ C Live, because he was hosting the Hip Hop 99. He had a hip hop show, and Morale, who used to hook me up with gigs at Zara back then. And then I guess, yeah, that's the rest is history. But I mean, that's how I kind of started. Initially, I always used to write in studio because I always wanted to work off the energy of the person that I'm working with. But now, because I'm working with on the album, I've worked with a lot of producers and not necessarily always had the best energy that was very conducive to my creativity when I'm working. So I find myself writing a lot more at home without a beat, just writing whatever my thoughts are, whatever I'm inspired by, writing on the road, and then kind of incorporating that in the music, that the production when I'm with the producer. That's the first time I've kind of done something like that, because I feel like I need to think a lot more about the content that I'm writing about and talking about, because it's an album. So yeah, in that sense, that's changed. I'm kind of relying more of getting the energy from myself than I did back then, when I relied on the energy from people around me to kind of get my creative juices going. A lot better. When I was at home, my mom's always been a strict mom. I wasn't ever allowed out unless it was my birthday and stuff like that. So even if I'm over 18, it's very hard for someone like that to adapt to anything else different, because they're so used to being strict. So when I moved out, it made it a lot easier to be like, okay, I'm my own person, I'm an individual, I never come and ask you for money, I'm doing my thing and I'm paying my bills. And I think she kind of respected that. And for her, she was happy that I got my degree. Once I graduated, she didn't let go of the reins as much, but she kind of like was like, if you're gonna go, I have to let you go because you got your degree, than you going and you not knowing what you're gonna do with your life. So yeah, so she's proud. She always has this thing of when she sees a picture of me with like my bum's out and stuff, she'll call me. She's like, "But Nadia," I'm like, "Mom, don't even do that. You have Beyonce's album in your car. You have Nicki Minaj's album in your car. They're all dressed like that. So once I have my album in your car, don't talk to me about my brand." So yeah, but yeah, we cool. I've never been in a situation where I feel like I've been sexually harassed, but I know that I also don't know people that have been exposed to that either, but I know that there's probably scenarios where it does happen, where women find themselves in compromising positions because they thought that they were going to be cool with these rappers, and they get to the house and then it's a different situation and it's uncomfortable. And I feel like it's terrible when people abuse their power for things like that, and where they can belittle women and make them feel inferior and like they're cheap and they're trash and whatever. I don't like that. I think that's terrible. You shouldn't ever do that, because if someone treated your sister or your daughter like that, you'd be very upset. And I think sometimes as musicians in the game, you can get so caught up in your fame and your hype that you think that you can treat anybody however you want to treat them. It doesn't matter, because it's like it's a favor for them to be in your space. And I think people need to reflect and realize that we're all human. No one is God on earth. And I think that people need to just remember how important it is to respect one another. Not even just men respecting women, but women respecting men as well, and women respecting other women by respecting relationships and seeing what's going on and respecting that, and not trying to get involved in that and causing drama in that, and then ending up finding yourself in a compromising position that you should have never been in because you know this person is this type of person. You know, there's a lot of things that happen, but all I can say is that women need to protect themselves. Don't put yourselves in compromising positions that you should never be in just because this person is a person you see on TV and you think they're cool. You don't know them. Also, I feel like friends sometimes don't look after their friends. You'll find them deserting their friends, not caring how they got home, or if they got an Uber home and stuff like that. And I feel like friends need to look after each other a lot more as well when you're at the club and you're at events and you see these people that you love. But stick together. Don't separate because you just want to have one night with this rapper and then you don't know what happened to your friend. It's not cool. For me, I've always said that the hip-hop genre is very new in Africa and South Africa, and women being involved is also even newer than that. And I think that there's a lot of potential for women in the game. A lot of women are creating... like their goals are a lot bigger now. They're doing things that the guys are doing. I mean, women are aspiring to fill up the dome as well. And I think that's amazing that they see themselves and their journeys growing. And I'm including myself in that. But they see themselves growing to such a point where they can fill up a stadium with 20,000 people and be able to have collaborations with artists overseas in the UK and wherever, which is really dope. So I think the music industry is growing and women are obviously going to be part of that. Can't say it's the forefront because I feel like it's all very new, but it's going to be a lot of groundbreaking stuff that's going to be happening. Okay, the two things I'm looking forward to in 2018 and the ones I'm going to achieve are like exactly the same thing, which is my album that I actually am working on at the moment, which I want to achieve that, and I'm looking forward to that. And then my new line of merchandise that I'm working on at the moment. New stuff, like it's not just going to be t-shirts, it's going to be bodysuits, it's going to be crop tops, it's going to be really cool caps and hats and swimming costumes. So it's more of different lines and pieces that I'm working on, which I'm very excited for. So I'm going to China soon, you know, because everything is there. I come up with the designs myself, but I have a graphic designer, so the person that comes up with the images that are going to be on the garments. I think in that aspect, the only thing that I feel like it's helped me is being able to understand clients. Like Bacardi, I can understand their train of thought and why they ask things from me in a specific way, and how I feel like, for me, I don't count for time, and they're very hectic with time. Like literally, advertising agencies sell time, so that I learned from that. Whereas I feel like what I learned from my degree is how to brand myself as a product, and all the things, like all the attributes that kind of like build towards the Nadia Nakai brand, and who I need on my team in order to get there. That's what I learned from my degree. But from working, I think, as in like working in the office, the main thing I learned is how to deal with brands and clients and stuff that they want from an artist. Because as an artist, sometimes you can be a little diva and be like, why are they hassling me? But it's a different dynamic. So that I appreciate that I understand that part. Because I've seen some other people that haven't. My go-to drink is Bacardi grapefruit, no dash. You know, like Hennessy, no dash, it's Bacardi, no dash. Because it tastes so good. Like, it's good. It got me really lit on set once. Okay. And I sometimes like just getting to the top right now. Like, I'm not trying to delay. Let's get to where we're trying to go and enjoy ourselves. So yeah, grapefruit flavor is actually amazing. I like the fact that it wasn't just restricted to just the campaign that we were doing, because initially it was just supposed to be the Bacardi House Party sessions, but they've gotten really involved in the stuff that I'm doing on the side, the merchandise, they've gotten involved in that, they've gotten involved in the launch of my new single, the media drop-offs that I was doing, they're involved in the music video that I'm doing today. So I like working with brands that see value in the artists that they're working with, and I'm always looking for longevity when I align myself with the brand, and I'm happy that I was able to do that with them. So they have a lot of plans for 2018. I'm excited to be part of it, so yeah. I'm very big on the company that are around me because they really influence how I feel. And when I'm having a good time, I want to be with people that make me feel good. So yeah, I could have a good time on a rooftop. It doesn't matter where the situation is, as long as the people that are around me are good vibes.